Well, I'll say it's more faith-based. It's more faith-based and just committing to it. Obviously, me and Jerry had that dispute or whatever last week, but, I had faith in him. He had faith in me. And everybody put everything aside and, okay, cool, let's go out there and play ball. God forgive everybody else, so why not us forgive each other. So that's, when you go in situations, you have no negativity, no hate on your heart, no anything, and you out there enjoying, having fun.
Our clip of Jeudy on the sideline with Shedeur Sanders, and they're arguing, look like they're arguing over the play or whatever. But this goes back to, I told y'all. What I was saying was, it's time, or next season, it's going to be trade Jeudy time, dog. It's going to be trade Jeudy time. Shedeur is talking about trust, and you got this guy on the sideline arguing with Shedeur, talking about this need to be here. Dog, you need to be on the same page as your quarterback, not trying to make your quarterback be on the same page as you. You tripping. What the hell wrong with you, dog? That's why he out of here. I saw that shit on the football field, not even seeing what happened on the sideline. I saw it on the field. When you're not on the same page as your quarterback, your ass gonna be gone, not the quarterback.
Shedeur Sanders just gave one of the most powerful and heartbreaking press conferences of his life. Jeudy must feel bad right away after Shedeur told him about their argument on the sidelines and how he still believed in the veteran receiver despite everything that happened last week. Shedeur talked about how he talked to God all week to clear his head after the public fight. He said, "Me and Jerry had that fight or whatever last week, but I had faith in him." This emotional moment is already going viral on social media. He trusted me, and everyone else put everything else aside. Then he threw Jeudy a touchdown and said that the choice made Jerry's tough season better. But this is what really hurts and shows how mature Shedeur is for his age. Shedeur took full responsibility for a failed two-point conversion when asked about it. He said, "I would never go against what the call was," even though the coaching staff called a play that didn't work in practice, and defended coaches who were clearly trying to make him fail, even though he said, "My dad is definitely mad at me for a risky interception he threw to try to get the offense going." This press conference shows that a young quarterback is taking blame that he doesn't deserve, showing grace to teammates who disrespected him in public, and still being undermined by a coaching staff that runs plays in games that didn't work in practice. Please watch this whole press conference because what Sanders said will break your heart and make you respect him even more than you already do. This wasn't just a regular post-game press conference. This was a 23-year-old quarterback talking about his faith, forgiveness, mental health issues, and taking responsibility for things that aren't his fault.
It's going to take time to be able to develop that chemistry with everybody, to be on the same page with Jerry, Of course, you want to be able to get him the ball, but you got to understand it take time. I'm more of a trust person, and that's just what it boiled down to. So we have to spend time on task and with all those guys.
Let me start with the most annoying part of this whole press conference because it shows exactly what Shedeur has been going through in Cleveland. A reporter asked him about the two-point conversion attempt that didn't work and could have tied the game, and Shedeur's answer should make every Browns fan very angry with the coaches. Pay attention to what he said. "I was glad we were scoring as I drove down the field. Did I want the ball in my hand at that moment to tie the game? If I could, I would always want to have the ball in my hand when I'm out there. But that's not how football works. You have to run the ball sometimes. You have to kick a field goal sometimes. That's it for the game. The ball is the most important thing." So far, that sounds like a smart quarterback who knows how to play team football, right? But then the reporter asked the killer question. Did it work in real life? And Shedeur's answer should shock you. No, we just called it in the game and it didn't work in real life. Read that again. Let it soak in. In a very important part of the game, the Cleveland Browns coaching staff called for a two-point conversion, a play that could tie the game and give them a shot at winning, and it was a play that didn't even work in the game. The reporter also couldn't believe it and said, "I don't think you call plays in a game that didn't work in practice." But this is what really breaks my heart about Shedeur's answer. He defended the coaches instead of throwing them under the bus, which he could have easily done. "I would never go against what the call was or anything," he said. That's what it means to be a leader. That's being grown up. That's a young quarterback standing up for his coaches even when they're trying to get him to fail. But it also shows something very troubling about what's going on in Cleveland. They're running plays in real NFL games that wouldn't even work in practice against their own defense. And it just gets worse. Shedeur said, "Nothing we do out there on the field surprises me," when asked if the play was a surprise to him. "We really do practice for situations. We do it all." And I don't think they would have done it if they had known it would turn out that way. I don't think we'll ever call something off on purpose if we think it won't work. But that's what happened. They called a play that didn't work in practice. It didn't work in the game. Shedeur is now at a podium defending coaches who were literally setting him up to fail. This is the world that Shedeur Sanders lives in. This is what he has to deal with every week. And somehow, he's still finding ways to almost win games and lead comebacks in the fourth quarter. What about just the skill? I mean, do you think you showed the guts, the never-give-up attitude, the determination to keep fighting until the end? This is how I've been. So, this is God telling a lot of people who I am. You know, there are a lot of things that can happen that will make you mentally not in your best place. And you need to find your happy place. You have to figure out what. Now, let me tell you about the sad part of this press conference that is going viral for all the right reasons. A reporter asked Shedeur if he could come back and fight through hard times to show moxie and never give up, and if he could fight to the bitter end. And Shedeur's answer will make you cry. He said, "This is how I've been. This is God showing a lot of people who I am. A lot of things can make you feel bad mentally at times, and you have to find a place where you feel good. You need to figure out what you need to find. So I think that's why I've been praying and talking to God a lot this week to get back to that place. Yes, it's Him. He did it for me. Hey, do you all know what Shedeur just told you? He prayed and talked to God all week, trying to get his mind back to a happy place because the things he's going through in Cleveland are so hard that they're affecting his mental state. This is a 23-year-old kid whose own receiver disrespected him in public, and coaches who never wanted him buried him on the depth chart, running an offense that is so simple that experts call it a high school scheme. Dealing with an offensive line that has been accused of ruining plays, and yet he is still out here taking responsibility and giving God the glory. Shedeur didn't talk about his arm strength, his preparation, or his talent when asked what was working for him in the game, even though the weather was bad. Hear what he said. I'll say, God. God was really working for me. The way he did it made me feel mentally clear out there. The game is mental, and when things are really confusing, hard, or busy, I feel like God steps in the most to help me stay mentally clear and close to Him. So this is God showing a lot of people who I am. You know, a lot of things can make you feel mentally not in your best place, you know? And you need to find your happy place. You have to find what works for you. So I think that's kind of what I've been doing a lot of this week, you know? Praying and talking to God to get back to that place. So, yeah, it's Him. He was the one who did it for me. Yes. This week, you said that was not just a generic answer to give God the glory. That young man has been fighting to keep his mind clear all week in a place that is trying to break him down. Then he talked about the interception he threw, which was a risky move because the offense wasn't moving. And his honesty about the interception is heartbreaking. That's all there is to it. Deion Sanders is probably the person whose opinion matters most to Shedeur in the whole world. Shedeur knows he let his dad down with that choice, but he's taking full responsibility for it, saying he was desperate to get the offense going again. That's what Shedeur is really going through. He thinks he has to take risks just to move the ball because the offense is so limited, predictable, and stagnant. He takes full responsibility when those risks don't pay off. But this is where the story gets beautiful and shows you what kind of person Shedeur Sanders really is. A reporter asked him about the Jeudy situation, which was a public fight on the sidelines that went viral last week. Jeudy yelled at Shedeur for not getting targets. It's more about faith, so just stick with it, you know? I know Jerry and I had a fight or something last week, but I trusted him. You know, he trusted me, and everyone else put everything else aside. Okay, that's cool. Let's go out and play some ball. You know, God forgives everyone else, so why not forgive each other, you know? That's when you go into situations with no hate, no negativity, or anything else in your heart. You just go out and have fun. Jeudy is going to feel bad right away for ever doubting this young man after hearing Shedeur's answer. This is powerful, so pay attention to every word. I'll say it's more based on faith. It's more about faith, so just stick with it. Jerry and I had a fight or something last week, but I trusted him. He trusted me. And everyone put everything else aside and, fine, that's fine. Let's go out and play ball. God, please forgive everyone else. So why don't we just forgive each other? God, forgive everyone else. So why don't we all forgive each other? That's grace. That's grown-up behavior. That young man knows that if God can forgive him for his mistakes, he should at least be able to forgive his teammates for theirs. Shedeur went on. So that's when you go into situations with no negativity, hate, or anything else in your heart, and you enjoy yourself and have fun. That's the result you'll get. So that was the message before the game. We are all together. We have to be one. We have to stick together no matter what happens, good, bad, or ugly. So that's really just a testimony. What if you were Jeudy and heard this? You show disrespect for your rookie quarterback in front of millions of people on the sideline. Everyone in the world can see you losing your cool and getting in his face. That same quarterback then spends the week praying for mental clarity, sends you a message before the game about staying together as a team, and then throws you a touchdown to help your struggling season. Speaking of Jerry, how did the play that led to the touchdown throw to him come about? What did you see? And how nice was it to be able to talk to him about that score? It was really exciting to be able to talk to him because I know that this season hasn't gone the way he wanted it to go. So, the fact that one choice I make could make his life a little better, and when you ask Jeudy Shedeur about that touchdown connection, her answer will make you love this kid even more. It was really cool to talk to him because I know that this season and a lot of other things haven't gone the way he wanted them to. So, the fact that one decision I make could bring him some happiness and help the team as a whole makes me happy and at peace. One choice I make could make him a little happy. Hey Jerry, this season has been the worst of Jeudy's career. He has the most drops in the NFL. He is on track to have the worst production of his career. He made a mistake at a very important time. Shedeur isn't holding a grudge or being petty about the fight on the sidelines. Instead, he's happy that he made Jeudy happy with that touchdown. That's not how things usually go. That's not how most new people act. That young man is on a spiritual and emotional level that is very different from most people his age. But this is what makes it even stronger. Shedeur said that all week he's been in a bad mental place. He's been working hard to get back to his happy place. He's been going through things that have made him less mentally stable. And even though he's going through a lot of personal problems, his main goal is to make a teammate who disrespected him in public happy. Shedeur's answer to the question of whether he feels more in control now that he is the starting quarterback shows how humble he is. Not too long ago, I wasn't the starter. It's only the second or third game. I'm okay with being uncomfortable. That's just how things are for me right now. And I'm okay with that. I love that because my story and everything else inspires people to stay on track and keep their minds strong, even when things are hard. They should know that they will be able to see the other side one day. A few weeks ago, I wasn't the starter. It's only the second or third game. But how much more comfortable do you feel in that role? I mean, I'm okay with being uncomfortable. You need to know that this is just how things are for me, and I'm okay with that. I love that because my story and everything else inspires people to make sure they're comfortable, even if they're not. I'm okay with being uncomfortable. That's not just a saying. Shedeur Sanders is living that way right now. He doesn't like the offense he's running. He doesn't like that there aren't any weapons. He doesn't like the decisions the coaches are making. He doesn't like being in the public eye, but he is okay with that because he knows his story is bigger than him. He went on, "My story and everything else inspire people to stay on course even when things are hard." Shedeur knows that millions of people are watching him deal with this impossible situation. People who are in their own tough situations, their own tough places, and their own fights with mental clarity and finding their happy place. And he is choosing to be a witness. He is choosing to be kind. He's making the choice to be responsible. He has made the choice to forgive. Even though he's going through his own problems, he's choosing to make other people happy. A reporter asked him if he felt the love from Browns fans during his fourth quarter comeback attempt, and Shedeur's answer shows something beautiful. I have always seen the excitement since draft day. I saw the excitement, so nothing has changed. It didn't change at all. But in joy, like deep down inside me, that's where I felt the most excitement. Because you never know if you're going to get there. You don't know if you'll make it to the end zone. There are a lot of things that come with this game. It's a lot just to get on the field. So it's like the fact that you can start doing that every day, that's something I haven't heard before. That's not something I usually do. And then you threw that touchdown pass, and at the end, you're bringing the Browns back. How much love did the fans and the dog pound show you? And can you feel how excited everyone is here and how much fun it's going to be when you all get this thing going? Yeah, I've always seen the excitement since draft day. I saw the excitement, So nothing has changed. It didn't change at all. But I really do enjoy it. That's where I was most excited. Because sometimes you don't know if you're going to get there. Guys, Shedeur has been so buried by this team, so limited by this coaching staff, and so doubted by everyone around him that he's really thankful just to be able to score touchdowns. That's how he thinks right now. Grateful for chances that should be normal for a quarterback of his skill level. When asked what he wants to do in the next few weeks, Shedeur's answer shows that he is becoming a good leader. This week, we've gotten better at talking to each other from the sidelines, keeping everyone calm and keeping everyone under one tent. Basically, I talk to everyone to see how they're feeling, check their temperature, and make sure everyone is comfortable with everything. So, I think we got better at that this week. Did you hear that? Shedeur is taking the temperature of his teammates. He is checking to see if everyone is mentally okay. He's bringing people together. He is creating culture. And he's doing all of this while dealing with coaches who call plays that don't work in practice and fighting his own mental demons. Of course, next week will be about timing. It will be about being able to predict things a little better, seeing throws I missed, and getting into that rhythm early on. There are a lot of things I would say we need to work on in a week, and we need to watch the film. I know I didn't play perfectly, so it's good to be able to see that. Being able to go back and think about what I missed and why I missed it, to find the cause of everything so that it doesn't keep happening. Find the source of all the problems so they don't keep happening. That's not just talk about football. That's what therapists say. That person is doing a lot of deep inner work to figure out not only what went wrong, but also why it went wrong so he can fix it at the source. And then Shedeur said this: "We think about change every week, in our minds, bodies, and hearts. That way, we will all be in a better place next week. In terms of your mind, body, and feelings. This young man knows that football isn't just a sport. It's not just in your head, it's in your heart. And he promises to get better in all three areas every week, even when the people and things around him are trying to bring him down. There is a reason why this press conference is going viral. It's not only about football. It's not just about Jeudy getting a touchdown or not getting a 2-point conversion. It's about a young man showing the world what it means to have real character. It's about letting go of anger when you have every right to. It's about grace when no one else has shown you any. It's about taking responsibility when you shouldn't. When things get tough, it's all about faith. It's about being a leader when you've only started 3 times. It's about being more mature than your years. It's about feeling at ease in situations that make you feel uncomfortable. It's about making other people happy even when you're having a hard time. If Jeudy doesn't feel bad right away after hearing all of this, after seeing what kind of person his quarterback is, and after realizing that Shedeur spent the week pleading about their relationship and then threw him a touchdown to make his season better, then I don't know what to tell you. This is the real Shedeur Sanders. Not the famous person on social media, the rapper, the influencer, or the son of Dion. This is the real deal, Shedeur. A young man with a strong faith, great maturity, real humility, and unbreakable character, who is handling an impossible situation with more grace than most experienced players could ever hope to. Cleveland better wake up and see what they have before it's too late. This kind of leadership, character, and testimony doesn't come around very often. And it's a crime that they're wasting it on failed practice plays and high school offenses. So here's my question for you all. How can anyone still doubt this young man's character or leadership after hearing Shedeur speak about praying all week for mental focus, forgiving Jeudy, taking blame for plays that aren't his fault, and still defending coaches who call plays that don't work in practice? And when will the Browns stop making him feel at ease with being uncomfortable and give him the help he needs? Leave your thoughts in the box below. If Shedeur's faith, maturity, and grace in this press conference moved you like they did me, hit that subscribe button because we're going to keep showing you the real person behind the football. This is what it means to be a leader. And Cleveland better wake up and see what they have before it's too late. This kind of leadership, character, and testimony is rare. And it's a crime that they're wasting it on failed practice plays and high school offenses. Let's talk about it.